Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. If you're new here, I'm reviewing Love Island USA Season 4, The Reunion. We are finally here, y'all. We made it to the reunion. This is what we've been waiting on. Definitely be sure to help out a baby YouTuber like myself and subscribe. It's Friday, it's free of charge, don't cost you a dime, and it's doing something nice for me. So thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. First of all, Jeff isn't there. I know some of the other Islanders weren't there, but the only one I cared about was Jeff. I wanted to hear, his point of view on things, but he's not there to speak for himself. But we start off with Val and Tyler. And we look back at their journey, and Val says she didn't get a fair chance in the villa. She had the love triangle with Deb and Jesse. Jesse apologized, but he said Val wasn't going to pick him anyway, not initially. And Val admitted that she originally wanted Isaiah. Seems like 90% of the ladies who came into the villa wanted Isaiah. But, so she ended up going off with Jesse, but she doesn't feel like she got a fair shot. He wasn't completely honest with her regarding the Deb situation. She says that now, she is happy things turned out the way they did because once she left the villa, she connected with, someone from her past, and she is in a relationship with her ex/current. So it worked out for the best, happy for Val. And then we take a look at what Tyler and Serenity went through. And so, Tyler, we see everything he's gone through, his journey. Serenity wasn't a lot of conversation. She was kind of off to the side, being her funny self. She has a good sense of humor. Like a lot of people were saying, she was carrying the show on her back. So, but she came up and she had her fan and she was just cracking jokes. She was saying a lot of there's ladies that are in his DMs, and it sounded like it was someone who wasn't at the reunion, but we're not sure who, so we can't say allegedly. But, she said men are in my DMs too, and I'm sure they are because she's very beautiful. But they were saying, Tyler was like, look, because she said, I felt away, you weren't really cuddling with me. In my opinion, I didn't feel like Tyler was feeling her like that. That's just how it came across on the screen to me. But he said that they were up in New Orleans last weekend. So they were spending time together there. And they didn't define their relationship. They're just filling it out and getting to know each other right now. I still don't really see it like that with Tyler, but I'm glad they're having fun. And I hope my girl Serenity is keeping her options all the way open right now. We did move on to Serenity and Chaz, and we know initially we were liking Chaz. We felt like she wasn't giving him a fair chance, and then we saw Chaz's true colors on who he really was at the end of the day, and we were no longer feeling him. So we saw Chaz pick Kat, and Serenity explained how she felt about it. She said he wasn't really honest with her. Chaz said that he felt like Serenity just wasn't interested initially, and I know a lot of people felt the same, and he felt like he was getting his feelings reciprocated with Kat, so he made the decision to move on with Kat. But it didn't work out with Kat either. So Timmy comes to Chaz's rescue, and he was saying how Chaz is a good guy, blah, blah, blah. Zeta states why she feels Chaz is shady. And Chaz, let's remind you that Chaz is Bria's brother, and it seemed like later on, we'll get into it, like she had something still going on with Bria as well. I mean, the tension was just thick as hell. So Kat and Jared come up because they are together. They are official. They make a cute couple, and I heard her say this on an interview as well. She thought that he was initially a crew member. Girl, why did you think he was a crew member? What? But they laugh it off, and she met his mom, and they are officially boyfriend and girlfriend. Shantae said, you know what, despite what happened with them in that situation, she had an overall good experience. I almost forgot about her, but she had a good time on the show. Being a casa amor girl is tough. It's easily, you can easily be forgotten. That's why Phoebe understood her assignment. But we'll get on to her later on. Deb and Jesse are up next. And they didn't show when Deb was telling like every girl in the villa that she felt like they were incompatible. They showed their journey, but they didn't show that she was telling Mackenzie and Zeta and Sydney and she done told almost everybody that she felt like, you know, she couldn't be her authentic self around him because he just wasn't funny. But they did show that, you know, they're happy scenes and that they ultimately are officially boyfriend and girlfriend now. At the end of the show, they came together, so they won in that aspect. They are a couple and they said they're happy together. So we go on to Bria's experience. It seemed like we spent a lot more time on the other Islanders versus like the three couples. But we see Bria's experience, and she said that, you know, she felt like she didn't have a fair shot. She didn't have a fair chance when she came in there. And Zeta was treating her pretty rough for a while. We saw that they kind of hugged things out at the end. And Bria said they ended off on a good note. But Zeta was giving her little energy. Like, you know, she was a little spicy on the side. Like she has some smoke for her. But that's just how it looked to me. And if y'all are on Instagram, then you know, or Twitter, I'm not really on Twitter that much, and I don't follow her on Instagram, but I did see the post where she said, you know, there was a bird who she was a little too kind to. She didn't say no names. Bria said she just wishes Timmy was honest with her from the start. And she just, you know, wish she had more time. If she had more time, then their connection could have been different. I don't think it would have been any different because he made his choice. He picked Zeta. I think if she had more, I think she should have gotten more time to explore other options. But the girls seemed like they just wasn't feeling her. They got her up out of there. So Bella and Joel come up, and Bella was looking sexy. She had on her, you know, little see-through dress, like nice, okay. And they said that was their first time seeing each other since they left the island. So that's why she made sure to put on her best dress. She said that she gave Chaz a goodbye kiss when she left, but she was always thinking of Joel. That sounds odd. I just wouldn't even have said anything. But Joel said, you know, he was still back in the villa. He was kissing on people, so they're just going to leave that in the past and move forward. Bella did kiss Joel when they sat down. He wrote a poem for her. She kissed him again. I can't remember what the poem said, but that was very thoughtful and sweet of him, especially since they were only together for 24 hours. So we see Courtney, and we go through her long history. I done forgot that she, you know, had a lot going on in the villa. She said ultimately her guy wasn't there, and she knew it. And she looked content when she was leaving. In my opinion, she seemed fine. Everybody else is in tears and upset. She seemed fine when she walked out that door. And the reason why was because she reconnected with Bryce. And so they hooked up after the show. They kind of went on their first date on the way to the reunion. And they spent some time together. And, you know, it seems like they're working on becoming official. And just a sidebar, I heard she got 19 surgeries. I saw some before pictures, and we know how she looks now. She looks beautiful now, but she was also very beautiful before. So I'm just curious what made her do it. She looked great either way. And, you know, love to see that she and Bryce were able to reconnect. So then we see Chaz and his time in Casa Amor. A few short days, but a lot of drama. And we seen that he's a player. And we saw what Serenity was saying about him. She wasn't, maybe that's why she just wasn't seeing it for him, because she saw what we didn't initially. And so Gabby comes out. She was one of the Casa Amor girls, the one he left hanging. And she speaks on her connection with Chaz. And she was shocked that he left her behind after they went in a hideaway. He, you know, confirmed that he was going to pick her. And then she was shocked to see him go off with Bella. And she just wished he was honest with her. He was playing everybody. You know, this is on camera. And she went back and saw everything. And so Serenity was on the side because, you know, Gabby was like, I deserve better. And Serenity was like, girl, that part. Yes, you know, her faces. Serenity cracks me up. Can we get a spinoff maybe? Like a I Love New York kind of, but a Serenity version? You know, if y'all take that away, I want to be in on the show. Y'all got to put me in somebody's chair. I need, you know, my reparations for that. So, you know, Bria said that Chaz owed Gabby an apology. And he gave her one, but while Bria was speaking, Zeta was just looking. Every time Bria speaks, Zeta just looks upset. And I'm like, she was, playing it cool. But what's going on with y'all? Tell us. Don't leave us hanging now. So it's time to talk about the love triangle between Isaiah, Sydney, and Phoebe, which took up, a lot of time and later in the season on the show. And so we literally relive like every single second of Casa Amor. Like, ooh, it was painful to watch. I'm sensitive as well. I'm a Cancer, so, I feel like Sydney was crying even quite a bit much for me, and I'm a crier. But what she was watching, it looked like it was literally her first time seeing it. And she's coming off of this, this natural high of being on a show and being in love. And then to see that, it looked like it crushed her. But when it got to the end, showing them getting together and falling in love, she smiled again. But when they got up on the stage, she was like still in tears. She had to relive that moment. She already had to hear Phoebe, talking about it while they were still in the villa. And now she has to see it. And I don't think she saw it yet. So it was a lot. Whew. But I'm glad it's all out now so they can officially move past this. Isaiah came to his senses the next day when he came back into the villa, and he made the right decision. They seem like a good fit for each other. But I don't want to know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think Isaiah and Sydney are going to make it? Let's keep in mind they're 21 and 22. And sometimes people, I have a cousin, she met her husband in high school and they're still together and they're in their 30s. So people can meet their love of their life young and make it. But I know, they have a lot going on. They're in LA. Do y'all think they're going to make it? Given Love Island's track record, Love Island USA to be specific. We see Phoebe, because of course we naturally had to move on to Phoebe. And her journey with Chad was shown. Yawn. But, let's talk about it. She was a casa girl. She lashed on whoever she could. She almost made it to the end. She said this was her goal ever since she turned 21. She's been wanting to be on the show. And she's on it. And she made a name for herself. And it might not be in the best light, but she understood the assignment. And we cannot take that away. She understood the assignment. She came in there to get who she could to stay on the show. And she did. So she did what she came to do. She can go off and do Fashion Nova, everything else, make money off Instagram, but she good. They said they're still in a situationship, so they played the game and they're just having fun. Do we think this is going to turn into anything? No. They're saying they like to talk about math and physics and whatever that's not interesting to anyone else. Everybody was just there like, what? It's not. So maybe they should give it a real try, but I don't think they will. I think they are going to move on shortly after. I'd say by the beginning of next year, they probably won't be talking no more. Courtney was glad that things didn't work out. She said, I'm glad that we, understood that we don't need to continue. So she's happy about that. And Phoebe was kind of rambling on. She's long-winded. But I want her to own she came to be a villain. Own it, girl. That's what you came to do, and you did it. So own it. I mean, we need a good villain every now and then. I don't personally like no mean girl or nothing. I don't think she was trying to be mean, but she played her role. So we get to Naja. It's a little bittersweet because, yes, I want to hear what Naja had to say. I want to hear what Jeff had to say. I don't like how he went out at all, but I wanted to hear what he had to say. So she discusses the last 48 hours between her and Jeff. Not much detail, but she says that she cares about him, but she knows her worth and she knows she deserves better. And she's, she loves herself more than she can care about somebody else. So she's not dealing with that. She's not tolerating it. Afterwards, I did hear that both Naja and Jess confirmed that they're good. They've moved past it. He apologized. I think they're doing something like a celebration at a club or something together. So, they've moved on and they've moved past it. And eventually everyone else will too, because a new season will come and we will be focusing our energy on the new season. I'm glad they were able to move forward, but she did confirm like, hey, this ain't gonna be no relationship. And stand up for yourself, girl. Yes, you do know your worth. And we all should. We don't got to tolerate no type of mistreatment. But I think if she was really feeling him as much as she claimed, they would have been able to get over this hurdle and still work things out, which leads me to believe, in my opinion, that she wasn't feeling him all that much. And I've been saying it the whole time. Check my other reviews out. I've been seeing it. So the winners, Zimmy, are on cloud 9. They're happy. The Islanders cheer. Everybody's so ecstatic for them. None else to say, they won. But was it me? Like, is it me? Or was their body language off? There was like some space in between them. It was kind of distant. Like, Zeta did kiss Timmy, and she said she's so happy for him. But it seemed like their body language was off. And I don't know if Bria being there played a part or what. Now the show's over, they can kind of, chill. It may have been nerves because now they're up there after everything's all said and done. But their body language was just a little off to me, a little bit. And we'll keep our eye on them. But like I said, with Love Island USA's history, I just hope that if they're going to work things out, that they do. But y'all let me know down in the comments. Did you watch? Did you watch the season? Did you watch the reunion? What were your thoughts? Who do you think out of the 3 couples will stay together? Who do you think out of the couples who got together after the island will be together? Like Courtney and Bryce or Joel and Bella? Do you think any of these couples will make it? Let me know who comes on next and when. Love Island UK? Is that coming on next? Let me know if you know down in the comments. Let's discuss. Be sure to check out my other content. Subscribe and hit the like and share with other people who love Love Island like we do. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.